Hello everyone, welcome to Craft with Tea. Today we're going to do our happy birthday card, and what we're doing is we're using the second embossing background that I did the other day, and right now we're going to start on the happy birthday that's going to go on the front of the card, and we're using VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp the happy birthday straight up and down and then pull up. Now I'm using the Stampin' Up piercing mat to make sure that I get even coverage. Now with it being a pigment ink, it allows us to use the clear embossing powder to make the wording stand out and give it a little bit of shine. Okay, so I preheated my heat gun. I heated the paper from the back first and then started on the front, and that's to minimize warping of the paper. So what we're going to do next is we're going to get the flowers from the Friend and Love You stamp, which was from my box set, and I'm going to stamp the small flower 3 times on the front of this card. I had just enough room to get one in the bottom. And then we're going to take the clear embossing powder again, cover each of the flowers. And I only did it this way because I didn't use my embossing buddy, which is a powder that makes it so that the powder doesn't stick all over your card. Since I didn't use that, I just wanted to use small amounts just on the VersaFine, so that way it's shiny. Okay, and then we're just going to put this back into the container. So your embossing powders will last a long time. And the coffee filter idea I actually got from watching a lot of different people on YouTube. So just keep a lookout. A lot of times other crafters will give you great ideas, you know, for your own crafting. So now we mount it to a square black piece of paper. And now we're going to attach our focal piece to the card itself. I'm going to use the ATG gun because I can get close to the edge and it's a stronger adhesive, so it keeps that piece down and flat. We're just going to very evenly lay it here on the front of the card. And then, because once again the texture, I wish you could really see or feel the paste, because it has a very coarse texture. So what we're going to do is actually use the dimensionals again. So I'm going to get those out here in a second and put those, there they are, I'm going to put those on the back. And I only did 4 this time, only because it wasn't a lot of wetness or anything like that, so it was just good, you know, the 4 was enough. I thought about putting it on the angle. You can see me kind of fidgeting with it, but I decided just to go straight up, straight down. And you have the option with these flowers. You could always color them in. You can use Copic markers, color pencils, which I'm showing you an Inktense pencil there. There's a lot of different options, but I wanted our focal point to be the background, so that's why I didn't color them. Now on this card, I am going to show you what I'm going to do on the inside. Because the front is so heavy, I'm going to layer on the inside as well. So I just took a plain black piece of paper at 5 1/4 by 4 inches to mat the inside. And then this white sheet that I'm putting on top is going to be 5 by 3 3/4. Just put that down. Now the great thing about your craft mats, with the grid lines, you can line up everything. So I lined up the piercing mat and then the card with the piercing mat with my grid lines, which allowed me to stamp on my card on the inside and make it pretty straight. Okay, so with that VersaFine, I'm going to once again cover my inside stamping with the embossing powder, and then I'm going to heat that with the heating tool as well. We're just going to hit that real quick. It doesn't take long with the wording because it's just a quick brush of the heating tool itself, and it starts to melt, especially because we've been using it, so it's already hot. Now I'm going to take those inside flowers. Remember we used the small one on the front. Well, I'm going to stamp it here, And I didn't get full coverage, so I'm stamping again, and that's the best part about clear stamps, is it allows you to line it up again and make your stamp. Now I'm going to take the bigger flower and stamp it down here in the bottom left. And when I did that, I got a boo-boo, and I'll point it out to you in a second. But we're going to just do the embossing powder again on both flowers, and I'm going to set the powder aside and heat up the two flowers. You should really try this. If you have this stamp pad at home, the VersaFine, try stamping a few things and covering it with the clear embossing powder. It gives it a really nice look. And once again, I'm just heating from the back to minimize the warping. So there's my boo-boo. Now, boo-boos happen to everybody. It was a little bit of black ink on my clear block that we were stamping on. So I happen to have some sequins still next to me from the card we did the other day. So why not? Let's use it. So I'm putting down 2 white ones and then a small heart sequin. And I find with the sequins, especially with using the stick at the end of the pickup tool, it doesn't want to lay down sometimes for me. The sticky part is so strong that I lift up the stick and it's still connected. So that's why it takes me a little bit. I'm still fidgeting, learning how to use the tool, so that way we get, you know, the best usage out of it. So that one's down, and I'm going to put down the second sequin. Once again, using the glossy accents from Tim Holtz in the Ranger line. Alright, and that's just a little heart at the bottom right. So since I did the inside, of course, we got to do the front, because you can never have too much bling. So I'm adding another heart down at that bottom left, and then we're going to add 2 more of the white sequins. So that way you have cohesion with the front and the inside. We're just going to place that real quick. And then one more. And our card is finished. So once again, with that glossy accents that I have, it's just, I always like to clean the tip and then go ahead and put the top back on, only because I find that as long as you keep the top on it, you minimize the blockage. Alright, so there you go. You have the inside and you have the outside of the card. Very fun. You know, great happy birthday card. I believe it will work with everybody. So once again, thank you guys for joining my channel today. I hope that you enjoyed our happy birthday card. And please subscribe. Just click on the link down below and subscribe for my channel. Thank you guys and have a great day.